So find learning, I'm going to click on that menu item, and you've got a filter. There are so many things in Iress Learning Centre. It's pretty amazing. Bit biased because I used to make things for Iress Learning Centre. But anyway, you can search by name or description, locations for face-to-face classrooms, which they don't do anymore, I believe. Method, would you like it to be e-learning or micro-learn or virtual classroom? So e-learning is self-paced, you do it by yourself, virtual classrooms with a trainer, such as my bestie Etienne. And then you've got webinars live and the on-demand recording. You've got software, because there is learning on Compay Office and Prime and so on. Any particular part of the expense software, like specifically data feeds or specifically system administration or Excel Plus, and any learning pathway. So you could say, oh, I am a paraplanner. What's all the things I should know about a paraplanner? All right, so let's start with the question I think most people have when they're new to Xplan or new to the industry. Hi, I am a new paraplanner and we have just started using Xplan. What do I need to learn? So then you can come down, go to Learning Path, Paraplanner, and search. And here it says Enroll for the Paraplanner Learning Pathway. You can click on it, and it actually tells you what Iress suggests a new paraplanner needs to learn to get the most out of Xplanner. So you've got new user, client onboarding, risk researcher, portfolio wealth solver, Excel Plus, Advice Wizards, Review Management, Compay, and Data Feeds. Now you can enroll in this pathway, and then in 30 minutes, all the courses will be assigned to you. Or you can pick and choose. Maybe you cut and paste this to your digital notebook. And you go, I know some of this. I'm only going to do whatever out of it. All right, so that's pathways, and that's, I think, amazing that you get a list of suggested courses to start off with, and really recommend if you're new to Xplan in this particular role or new to the role. So what about if I just want one particular course? Let's pretend I've already done some and I go, oh, I just want risk researcher. Okay, cool. So then I'll go, right, clear the pathway, just go risk researcher. And maybe I would like to go to a virtual meeting class, with a trainer. So I'll go virtual classroom and I will go search. You don't have to use the filters. I'm just showing you what it can do. So there are some summary tiles at the top. So if you see here, it says it's a list of live learning, and this is all the upcoming virtual classrooms, no matter what subject it is. Right, so that's that. You've also got a tile as to what are all the things they have for risk researcher. Okay, so here it is. It is non-exhaustive. There are more things, but these are all the things to do with risk researcher, or popular things. But then what I want is the virtual classroom, and that's this tile here. Can you see it says virtual classroom? So then what I would do, which you can see is 3.25 CPD points, is to click into it, and then it tells you a little bit about the learning outcomes and so on and so forth, how long it is, and then you go enroll. All right, so you've just enrolled. You actually need to say which date you're going. So can you see here it says click sign up or cancel. All right, so let's go. What date is suitable for me? And then you would actually click sign up. So you're not done until you click sign up. And if you can't attend, something's happened with the kids, no problem. Just come back and go cancel. You don't need to let call center know. You don't need to let your account executive or account manager know. Just self-service, okay? All right. Is there any preparation prior to attending? There is pre-learning for a lot of these classrooms, and this is the logic, okay? There are some things that you need to know that aren't interactive, right? Just this. It's a bit of a lecture. You don't need to sit live for that. You can complete the pre-learning. But then there's some things where, it's a bit more interactive. We should click the buttons together. We should have a little bit of a discussion. We should learn from each other's questions. That's useful in a virtual classroom with a trainer. And so those more interactive bits are done live. But you do need to complete this pre-learning before coming to the virtual classroom, or else you're just going to miss knowing how to do some things. You've got the guide as well. I mean, these take an epically long time to do. They're formatted beautifully. I love them. Okay, I'll show you where else to get them as well. And then after that, there is some post-learning sometimes, a little bit more content that, again, didn't need to be in the virtual classroom. It wasn't interactive. And then if you want a CPD certificate, and for this to mark off as complete on this learning management system, then you're going to need to do the test, right? The assessment. And then after that, once you've passed, and you can see, what does it say? 6 out of 8 questions must be passed, 40 minutes, 2 attempts, all that usual jazz that we have with online learning. And then you will automatically be able to download your CPD certificate. Off you go, send it off to your licensee compliance person or practice manager, the person who's collecting and tracking that you're doing all your CPD points, okay? And then a little bit of what else is there that you recommend I do. So that's a course. So you can go back through the cookie crumb here, or just go back to Find Learning. I'm just going to go back to Find Learning. So we talked about a pathway, which is a list of suggested courses, and you can enroll in it. It takes 30 minutes for everything to be assigned to you, or you can just enroll in a course like I've shown. There's also microlearn. So if I type in risk researcher and I go microlearn and search, these are little snippets. So again, you have these summary tiles at the top, and then you've got these little microlearns. This must be coding that relates to risk researcher. This must be qualitative analysis. So instead of being a course which follows a case study, it's just like a little how to do this one thing. Okay, so I think that they're fairly short. Let me click into one and we can have a look together. Yeah, so this is what it's about. 10 minutes and no CPD hours, and you just enroll. Play around with the filters. Just bear in mind that some summary tiles always come at the start, and they're a summary tile because they say start here. If not, they would say microlearn or webinar or virtual classroom. So that's how to find and enroll into stuff, and then of course you can cancel out of it